All right, this video is for my 5th and 6th grade distance learning students. So this week we are going to be doing a print/rubbing, okay? Print/rubbing. And what I mean by that is some people would call it a print, some people would call it a rubbing. I'm going to refer to both. There we go. These are the supplies that you will need. You need a pencil, you need scissors, you need drawing paper. You could use what's in your sketchbook, or you can use just a regular piece of computer paper. You are going to need some form of cardboard, and I will tell you that if you would like to get a kit from me, I'm going to make up some little kits with some drawing paper and some copy paper and some tag board pieces. But if you have this stuff at home and this is the only thing you're missing, this is what you can use, all right? You can grab cereal box, cracker box, and what I like about these is they're stiff enough to hold themselves, but they're also thin enough to cut. You are going to need some glue. This is just like regular Elmer's glue. A glue stick will work as long as it's a good quality glue stick. You might want some tape. It is optional. You don't have to have it, but it's not a bad idea to have it if you have it available. So let's go ahead and talk about what we are doing. So for this project, we are going to be making a pop art rubbing or print, okay? Now, pop art refers to what is popular during the time period, all right? Now, for us, we could be thinking in terms of food. We could be talking in terms of entertainment. We could be talking in terms of just like issues right now. So I'm going to show you a couple of finished examples here. And this is the one I'm going to use in my final, or in my actual process today. I think I have the other videos you will watch will be of this too. So this is The Mandalorian, which is a very popular show right now. And that's what I used. This is actually like my 3rd or 4th one. I have used some things, food items. For example, I've got this one of a hot dog. Put just a little strip of mustard just to give it details, but I thought hot dogs are so popular with people nowadays. I have used the dreaded issue of what's popular now, and that is masks, okay, because they are very popular right now in 2020-21. I just felt like that was something that's very, very popular now that we hope is not popular down the road. One of the other examples I've used I don't have is I did a strawberry. That was my very first one, and I thought, you know what, strawberries are pretty good. I like them, but I don't know that they're popular for everybody. So this is a student example going back to the idea of the Mandalorian. One of my students from last quarter wanted to do the baby Yoda. So I was like, absolutely, that is something that's really popular now. So as you are coming up with ideas, you could be thinking again, popular with people your age. You could be thinking with popular as society as a general, or just even specific to you. I will tell you that when you're making this, you want to come up with something that has details. Okay? Something that has details. For example, this Mandalorian has all these details here. In fact, there's some you can't really see, but all the details going across and curving and up and down, and then even on the ear section here. These are all the details that are necessary to make it look like the helmet. If we were going to do something like a basketball, first of all, I would encourage you to find something to trace to make it look like a perfect circle. And for example, I'm going to just trace this and say, okay, I want this to be a basketball. Wow, that's not a basketball though. We need details inside of this to make it look like a basketball. So a basketball generally has a line going down the center, and it has the curved lines on the sides, something like this anyway. Well, the only problem with this is when we get to the part where we're cutting cardboard, you can't cut a single line. So right now it's starting to look like a basketball, but we've got to develop it a little further and say, okay, I've got to draw a double line, because that I could actually cut out. I've got to draw a double line for this straight edge. Oh boy, and I would make that even straighter. And I've got to draw a double line. So now when we cut this out with the cardboard, we could cut a strip like this, a strip here, and a strip here, and we can glue them on top. So these are some things to think about. By the way, I will mention that the size we're working in is about 6 by 9. So this is 9 inches by 6 inches. So you'll notice a difference between my basketball and my Mandalorian helmet. This is awfully small. I would want to go much bigger if I was putting it on this paper. All right, so again, the first thing I will mention is finding an idea, coming up with an idea. And you're going to draw it on your paper. So you get your drawing. Voila, there's the drawing that we have there. The next step is you are going to get your cardboard or your tag board and you are going to trace it. Well, we're actually going to trace right from this. So, actually I think I've got a couple drawings here. Give me just a second here. What you're going to do is you're going to take this picture and you're going to lay it right over the top of your tag board or cardboard. And again, this type of cardboard will work great and it'll do the same thing. If you are not wanting to work with that cardboard, you can certainly get a kit. I will have some kits in the front foyer of the school, and I will put this drawing paper, okay, just computer paper. I will put some tag board. I'll even have some glue bottles that are in like little pill bottles. The only thing I will not be putting in there is tape and glue and pencils, because you guys don't need to worry about that. So in this first video, this is what you're going to need. And so when we get to this part, it's not a bad idea to use a pen, although you do not have to. So the reason I would use a pen is because you can see where you left off. You can see the difference between this line and this line. So as I start drawing, if I have to stop for some reason, I can stop and see that I left off right there. Okay? You can also use a paper clip to hold this down. So yeah, I wouldn't stop anywhere until you're completely done if you're not using tape. But we're going to go ahead and go over all of our lines, and I'm pushing down just a little bit. The nice hard edge of a pen works well, but again, as I said, if you have to use a pencil, you're just going to push down a decent amount. You're going to trace around this whole picture. So once you get done tracing around it, I have one that's already been done here. You're going to have this. You're probably saying, what is it? There's nothing there. You are right. It's very hard to see. There is something there, but it's very hard to see. So what you want to do once you're done tracing, ooh, you guys are starting to see some lines there. What will help you is to take a pencil and go over your image like this. And once you go over your image, then you can start to see those lines are really going to show up. I'm just skimming the top of it, which allows the little ditch areas that I traced, they are going to show up, and that's going to help you a lot. So this is going to be the end of video 1. And just in conclusion, we came up with an idea that is related to pop art. We drew it on 6 by 9 paper. We traced it onto our tag board or cardboard. And then we picked up the paper, the drawing, and now we are going to basically just go over our line with pencil so that the image shows up. All right, and that is the end of video 1.